Greetings, galaxy travelers and fantasy enthusiasts. Welcome aboard Insightful Jan, your starship to the realms of imagination. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary mission, counting down the top 25 best-selling sci-fi and fantasy comic books. Whether you're a seasoned space ranger or a novice mage stepping into the mystical lands of comics, this list is your gateway to other worlds. And here's the cosmic twist for all our middle-aged explorers new to this universe. We're pairing these fantastical tales with movies you might already love. So, if a sci-fi or fantasy film has ever captivated your imagination, its comic counterpart is waiting to take you on a new adventure. I'll give you a warp-speed tour of each comic story, ensuring no spoilers, just thrills. Then, we'll match it with a movie that shares its spirit and wonder. From epic space operas to enchanting magical quests, our list is a celebration of the extraordinary, showcasing comics that transport you beyond the stars or deep into the enchanted forests. So, strap in, grab your mystical amulet or laser blaster, and prepare for a journey through the best sci-fi and fantasy comics the universe has to offer. By the end of this video, you might just discover a new world that resonates with your favorite silver screen escapades. Starting with position number 25. Trees, Image Comics. Trees, by Warren Ellis and Jason Howard, is a science fiction narrative set on an Earth where massive alien structures known as trees have landed. These trees are gargantuan, standing like silent observers, having an enigmatic influence on human life and society. The story spans the globe, with each community reacting differently to the presence of these inscrutable monoliths, which has led to varied societal changes and personal stories of adaptation, conflict, and introspection in the shadow of the alien phenomena. Number 24. The Expanse. The Expanse from Boom Studios is a comic adaptation and expansion of the acclaimed sci-fi book series and TV show. It delves into a future where humanity has colonized the solar system. The story intricately weaves political intrigue and military tensions among powerful factions on different planets and moons. Character-driven narratives explore the complexities of identity, loyalty, and power in a diverse, multi-layered society, all set against the backdrop of an expansive and meticulously constructed universe. At 23. Lazarus. Lazarus, from Image Comics, is a dystopian series set in a future where families rule as feudal lords. It tells the story of Forever Carlyle, a genetically engineered warrior who fiercely defends her family's interests. For an engaging summary of this story, imagine a world where loyalty is genetically ingrained, and the concept of family is intermingled with power and warfare. Forever Carlyle stands at the heart of this narrative, not just as a protector but also as a symbol of her family's engineered legacy in a world where technology and human nature collide in complex and morally ambiguous ways. Position 22. Hellboy, Dark Horse Comics. Hellboy, created by Mike Mignola, is a comic series that follows the story of a well-meaning demon who works as a paranormal investigator. Hellboy, whose true name is Anungun Rama, meaning and upon his brow is set a crown of flame, was summoned to Earth by Nazi occultists during World War II but was discovered and raised by the Allied forces' Professor Trevor Bruttenholm. Hellboy possesses a large, red-skinned appearance with a tail, horns, which he files down, and an oversized right hand made of stone known as the Right Hand of Doom. The series is rich with elements from folklore, pulp magazines, Lovecraftian horror, and horror fiction. Hellboy becomes a key figure in the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense, BERD, where he works alongside other agents to fight against dark forces like Nazis and witches. The narrative spans across his adventures and self-discovery, dealing with his nature and purpose, and confronting various supernatural entities. The character's irony and sense of humor, along with his ironic detachment from his demonic origins due to his human-like upbringing, contribute to the unique tone of the series. Number 21. Low, Image Comics. Low is an American post-apocalyptic science fiction comic series written by Rick Remender with art by Greg Tacchini, published by Image Comics. The story is set billions of years in the future, where the expansion of the sun into a red giant has rendered Earth's surface uninhabitable, forcing humanity to retreat to underwater cities. The narrative follows the lives of the survivors in the underwater city of Salis, particularly focusing on the Kane family. Stell Kane, along with her family, plays a central role as they search for new habitable planets with robotic probes, holding on to hope despite the seemingly inevitable doom of humanity. The comic has been praised for its deep exploration of themes like optimism in the face of disaster and the resilience of the human spirit, set against the backdrop of Reminder's complex world-building and Takini's surreal and dazzling artistry. The series, which ran from July 2014 to December 2020, comprises a total of 26 issues and has been collected into several volumes. Critics have lauded the series for its emotional character work and breathtaking visuals. At 20. Planetary, Wildstorm and DC Comics. Planetary is a comic book series created by Warren Ellis and John Cassaday, published by Wildstorm, an imprint of DC Comics. The series is known for its literary and artistic complexity, combining elements of science fiction, superhero mythology, and various genres into a rich and intricate tapestry. The narrative follows the Planetary Organization, a group of archaeologists led by Elijah Snow, a powerful century-old man, Jaquita Wagner, an immensely powerful and bored woman, and the drummer, a man who can communicate with machines. Together, they explore and expose the world's secret history. Their investigations lead them to uncover strange phenomena, including monsters, aliens, other superhumans, unusual relics, and suppressed military secrets. Their mission is driven by a combination of sheer curiosity and the desire to use what they learn for the betterment of mankind. The team often finds themselves at odds with the Four, a group of metahumans based on Marvel's Fantastic Four, who are exploiting the world's secrets for their own personal gain. The series delves into the hidden corners of the Wildstorm universe, revealing its secret history and exploring the nature of reality and storytelling. Planetary has been collected into several volumes, detailing the adventures and discoveries of the field team as they unravel the mysteries of their universe. Volume 1. All Over the World and Other Stories collects preview and issues 1 to 6. Volume 2, The Fourth Man, collects issues 7 to 12. Volume 3, Leaving the 20th Century, collects issues 13 to 18. Volume 4, Space-Time Archaeology, collects issues 19 to 27. Number 19. The Inkle Humanoids. The Inkle is a French graphic novel series that combines a space opera with elements of fantasy, created by Alejandro Jodorowsky and originally illustrated by Jean Giroux, also known as Mobius. The series introduces Jodorowsky's Jotaverse, a universe where his various science fiction stories take place. The Inkle is known for its epic narrative and richly detailed artwork, which have earned it high praise and a prominent place in the history of comics. The story of the Inkle centers around John Deifel, a low-class private investigator living in a dystopian city. His life takes a dramatic turn when he comes into possession of the Light Inkle, a crystal with incredible powers that can guide and protect those who believe in it. Deifel becomes the unlikely hero tasked with saving the universe from the forces of the Dark Inkle and the Technopriests, who seek to use the power of the Dark Egg to consume the sun and spread darkness across the galaxy. Throughout his journey, Deifel is accompanied by a diverse cast of characters including Depot, his loyal concrete seagull, Anima, the keeper of the Light Inkle, the Meta Baron, the galaxy's greatest warrior, and others who join him in the fight against the dark forces. The narrative is filled with political intrigue, conspiracies, mysticism, and satire, all woven into a complex and engaging story. The series has been expanded with prequels and sequels, including Before the Inkle, After the Inkle, and Final Inkle, which dive deeper into the universe's lore and the characters' backstories. At 18. The Wicked plus the Divine from Image Comics. The Wicked plus the Divine, created by Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey, is a contemporary fantasy comic book series that blends the allure of pop music with the mystique of ancient deities. The series, published by Image Comics from 2014 to 2019, explores the cyclic phenomenon known as the recurrence, where every 90 years, 12 gods are reincarnated as humans. These beings are catapulted to fame, essentially becoming the ultimate pop stars with legions of adoring fans and the power to influence society. However, their divine status comes with a fatal twist: they will all perish within 2 years of their return. The narrative follows a young teenager named Laura, a devout fan of these divine celebrities, who becomes intimately involved with the pantheon. The story begins with her encounter with the pantheon at a performance by Amaterasu, leading to her befriending Lucifer. As the tale unfolds, Laura witnesses the tumultuous lives of these gods as they navigate their newfound fame, powers, and the grim reality of their mortality. Key characters in this saga include Laura Wilson, the series' narrator and protagonist, a 17-year-old who is deeply enamored with the Pantheon. The Pantheon itself, consisting of 12 gods from various mythologies, each embodying a different aspect of celebrity and power. Ananke, a mysterious figure who manages the Pantheon, with a hidden agenda that unfolds over the course of the story. The comic has been praised for its innovative concept, vibrant artwork, and the diverse portrayal of ethnicity, sexuality, and gender roles. It won Best Comic at the 2014 British Comic Awards and has been recognized for its commentary on life, death, and the fleeting nature of fame. At position 17. Y the Last Man, Vertigo/DC Comics. Y the Last Man is a post-apocalyptic science fiction comic book series by Brian K. Vaughan and Pia Guerra, which ran from 2002 to 2008. The story begins on July 17, 2002, when every mammal with a Y chromosome suddenly dies, except for a young amateur escape artist named Ulrich Brown and his capuchin monkey, Ampersand. This catastrophic event sends society into chaos as infrastructures collapse and the surviving women try to cope with the loss of men and the impending extinction of humanity. As the only surviving male human, Ulrich's mother, a U.S. congresswoman, commissions a secret agent known only as 355 to protect him. Together with Dr. Allison Mann, a geneticist aiming to uncover the cause of the global androcide, they set out on a journey that takes them across the United States and around the globe. Their travels are fraught with danger from various factions and individuals with their own agendas, including the Israeli army, the Daughters of the Amazon, and a ninja, among others. Throughout their journey, Ulrich is pursued by his sister Hero, encounters a Russian soldier named Natalia, an astronaut named Siba, and a former flight attendant named Beth who becomes pregnant after a one-night stand with him. In China, it is revealed that Ampersand's accidental exposure to a chemical experiment may have granted him and Ulrich immunity to the event that killed all other male mammals. The series ends decades later, where Dr. Mann has succeeded in cloning Ulrich multiple times. The world has found relative peace, and Ulrich's daughter is the president of France. An aged Ulrich, institutionalized after a misunderstood joke, imparts advice to one of his clones before making an escape. Y the Last Man explores themes of gender, survival, and societal collapse, questioning the structures of society and the roles assigned to individuals within it. It won 3 Eisner Awards and was adapted into a television series that premiered in 2021 but was canceled after 1 season. Number 16. Rat Queens Image Comics. Rat Queens is a comedic fantasy comic series by Curtis J. Weeb, which brings together a band of fearless, foul-mouthed women adventuring in a medieval fantasy world. The series is known for its humor, action, and character-driven storytelling. The Rat Queens are a group of mercenaries for hire, consisting of Hannah the rockabilly elven mage, Violet the hipster dwarven fighter, Dee the atheist human cleric, and Betty the hippie hobbit thief. Together, they embark on quests that involve slaying monsters and navigating through the perils and oddities of their world. Violet, also known as Vi, is a red-haired dwarven fighter who left her clan in defiance of traditional gender roles, cutting off her beard as a sign of rebellion. Dee is a human ex-high priestess of a monster cult who turned her back on her faith due to its horrific nature but still uses her powers for good. Betty is a carefree smidgen thief with a penchant for sweets, intoxicants, and fierce loyalty to her companions. Braga, a transgender orc, joins the Rat Queens, bringing her strength and experience as a former member of another adventuring team. The Rat Queens reside in the city of Palisade, where they are known for their effectiveness but not always liked due to their methods. The series has received critical acclaim for its unique take on fantasy tropes, its celebration of diversity, including LGBT characters, and its blend of humor and heart in the midst of bloody battle scenes. Number 15. 7 to Eternity by Image Comics. 7 to Eternity, crafted by the talents of Rick Remender and Jerome Opina, is a fantasy series set in the Kingdom of Zal. The story revolves around Adamosidus, a knight from a disgraced house, who grapples with a mortal dilemma. To join a band of magic wielders in a desperate bid to free their world from the clutches of the God of Whispers, or to succumb to the god's temptations and accept everything his heart desires. The God of Whispers has spread paranoia across the kingdom, with spies lurking in every corner, seeding distrust and fear among the people. The series explores the complexity of its characters, particularly the antagonist known as the Mud King or the God of Whispers. His rise to power was not driven by ambition but by fear and a desire to never be hurt again, stemming from childhood abandonment. Despite his role as the tyrant, the Mud King is depicted as a multidimensional character whose actions are motivated by a twisted desire to prove that no one is beyond corruption. This psychological depth extends to the entire cast, from the noble yet tragic figures among the Mozak Knights to the nuanced portrayal of the so-called heroes and villains. As the series progresses, Adam and his companions face insurmountable challenges, blurring the lines between good and evil, right and wrong. It's a tale that not only provides a richly imagined fantasy world, but also weaves in complex themes of power, corruption, and morality. At 14. BPRD. By Dark Horse Comics. The BPRD, Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense, comic series is a spin-off from the Hellboy universe. After Hellboy leaves the BPRD in 2001, the organization's roster of special agents, which includes Abe Sapien, Liz Sherman, Roger the Homunculus, Johann Kraus, Kate Corrigan, and Ashley Strode, continues to defend the world from occult threats and the growing menace of a frog army. The series is a continuous saga that navigates through various story arcs such as the War on Frogs and the climactic end of Ragnarok, presenting a compelling blend of horror, folklore, and action. One significant story arc is the Plague of Frogs cycle. This arc sees the BPRD's Enhanced Talents Task Force investigating a case where Professor Derby infiltrates a research facility, resulting in a confrontation with a giant fungus specimen linked to a monstrous entity named Sadahem. The team deals with various threats, including frog monsters and demonic entities, and the town of Crab Point, Michigan, gets embroiled in this supernatural menace. The arc explores themes of destiny, the supernatural, and includes a vision revealing the origins of Abe Sapien, touching on historical events like the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. The BPRD series has been noted for going back to the roots of the Hellboy series concept as a team book, with stories written by Mike Mignola himself. It is known for its willingness to profoundly change the fictionalized world it is set in, going against the conventions of the comic book industry. Number 13. Prophet, by Image Comics. This comic book series, Prophet, by Brandon Graham, is a reimagining of a 1990s character, John Prophet, in a far future, science fiction setting. The story of Prophet unfolds on a distant future Earth that has been altered by time and alien influence. After waking from cryosleep, John Prophet's mission is to restart the Earth Empire by climbing the towers of Thalivan. The series is recognized for its unique approach to storytelling and its independence from traditional comic book narratives. It incorporates influences from 70s Conan, European sci-fi, Mobius, Philippe Druillet, and classic Doctor Who, as well as from various works of science fiction literature and anime like Joe Haldeman's The Forever War. In the 80s anime Gunbuster and Ixer 1. The series was praised for its vibrant creativity and for carving out its own niche in the comic book world. The final plot of the series aims to provide a satisfying conclusion that complements the characterization established throughout the story. Brandon Graham's approach to the series evolved over time, initially anticipating a more mainstream reception but ultimately embracing his own interests and creating a comic for a like-minded audience. The Prophet series concluded with issue 45 in July 2014 and was followed by a new series called Prophet, Earth War, which began in January 2016 and ended in November 2016 with its 6th issue. The entire storyline has been reprinted in 5 volumes, including a 2-issue Prophet, Strikefile miniseries. Number 12. Lock and Key by IDW Publishing. Lock and Key is a captivating horror/fantasy series by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez that centers on the Locke family. After the murder of their father, the Locke children return to their ancestral home, Key House, where they discover mysterious keys that grant a variety of magical powers and abilities. However, with the keys comes a demonic force that seeks them out. The narrative beautifully blends family drama with the supernatural as the Locke siblings uncover the dark history of their family and the true power of the keys, all while dealing with the everyday trials of growing up. At position 11. Transmetropolitan, Vertigo, and DC Comics. Transmetropolitan, by Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson, is a seminal work in the cyberpunk genre, set in a future dystopian metropolis. The series follows Spider Jerusalem, an infamous gonzo journalist known for his ferocious pursuit of truth in an era of corrupt politics and pervasive media influence. With a backdrop of a society steeped in technology and vice, Spider uses his acerbic wit and moral outrage to peel back the layers of urban decay and societal dysfunction. The comic is celebrated for its sharp critique of political and cultural norms, wrapped in dark humor and vivid, chaotic artwork. Let's pause for a second as we are entering the final top 10. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you found the list interesting and it's adding value to your day, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring more content like this to you. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribing is the best way to stay updated with our latest videos. Plus, it's completely free and just a click away. Also, make sure to ring that notification bell. This way, you'll get notified every time we upload a new video, so you won't miss any of our exciting updates. Thanks for your support, and now let's dive back into our list. Now entering my top 10 best-selling comic books in the sci-fi and fantasy genre. Number 10. Paper Girls by Image Comics. Paper Girls is a captivating comic series that merges the raw energy of adolescence with the boundless possibilities of time travel. Created by Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chiang, the story follows four young girls from a small town in the late 80s who, while out delivering newspapers, are thrust into a strange and sprawling conflict involving factions from the future. The girls must navigate this bewildering landscape, where their own futures are inextricably linked to the time-warping war that surrounds them. The narrative is not just a sci-fi adventure, but also a poignant look at growing up and the ties of friendship. At 9. East of West by Image Comics. East of West by Jonathan Hickman and Nick Dragotta is a gripping blend of science fiction and Western genres. The series unfolds in a dystopian America, reimagined as a fragmented land divided among different factions, with a narrative deeply entrenched in apocalyptic folklore and the supernatural. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are central figures, with death as a protagonist seeking redemption amidst the chaos. The story weaves together intricate plots of betrayal, power struggles, and redemption arcs, all set in a richly designed world where the line between technology and mysticism is blurred. At number 8. Monstress by Image Comics. Monstress is a richly woven dark fantasy series penned by Marjorie Liu and illustrated by Sanada Keita. Set against the backdrop of a matriarchal society, the narrative introduces us to a world where humans coexist with arcane creatures and animal hybrids. The series is lauded for its complex female characters and a storyline infused with political intrigue and mysticism. At the heart of this world lies a deep exploration of issues such as race, class, and gender, all wrapped in the lush tapestry of Takeda's art that draws inspiration from a variety of cultures and eras. Number 7. Black Science by Image Comics. Black Science is a high-intensity space opera created by Rick Remender and Matteo Scalera. This Image Comics series follows a group of scientists who've unlocked the path to unlimited parallel worlds, but at a potentially irreversible cost. As they hop from one dimension to another, each more bizarre and dangerous than the last, they grapple with internal conflicts, moral quandaries, and the repercussions of their actions on a multiversal scale. The story is a roller coaster through strange and fantastic realities, examining what happens when the barrier between the possible and the impossible is not just broken but shattered. At 6. Descender by Image Comics. Descender is a compelling space opera by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, presented through Image Comics. It narrates the tale of TIM-21, a young robot companion designed to serve human families. However, in this universe, a great war between machines and humans has led to the outlawing of all robotic life forms. TIM-21 wakes up to find himself alone, his family gone, and the universe a hostile place for his kind. The narrative unfolds as he evades relentless bounty hunters and ruthless military robots, all while unraveling the mystery of his origin and the complex relationship between man and machine. The series is lauded for its exploration of themes such as identity, consciousness, and what it means to be human, all set against the backdrop of a gorgeously illustrated cosmic backdrop. Starting the top 5. Fables, Vertigo, and DC Comics. Fables is a Vertigo and DC Comics series that intricately weaves together the stories of fairy tale and folklore characters who are very much real and have been forced into exile in our world. They live in a secret New York City neighborhood known as Fabletown, disguising their true forms while struggling to coexist with humans. The series, created by Bill Willingham, is a unique blend of the fantastical and the mundane, addressing issues of identity, community, and politics. The characters, though timeless in their original stories, are recontextualized with contemporary issues, facing an omnipresent threat from the adversary who has conquered their homelands. They must navigate not only the dangers of their new environment, but also internal conflicts and the complexities of their interwoven pasts. At position number 4. Star Wars by Marvel Comics. The Star Wars comics by Marvel continue the grand tradition of the original film series, taking fans on new interstellar adventures. As they fold in fresh narratives and characters, these comics preserve the quintessential Star Wars ethos, tales of heroism, the quest for redemption, and the rebellion against oppression. They offer the chance to delve deeper into the lore of the Star Wars universe, exploring side stories and new arcs that can't be confined to the silver screen. In third position, Akira by Kodansha. Akira is a milestone in manga and anime, offering a dark, neon-lit vision of a post-apocalyptic Neo-Tokyo. Katsuhiro Otomo's narrative unfolds in the grim backdrop of a city rebuilt after World War III, where teenage biker gangs clash in the streets. Amidst this chaos, the story focuses on Tetsuo, a biker gang member who discovers his latent psychic abilities after a motorcycle accident. These powers draw the attention of a government that fears and covets the force he represents, which could be linked to Akira, a child with apocalyptic psychic abilities. The manga delves deep into themes of unchecked power, the corruption of government entities, and a brewing revolution, all underpinned by the raw energy of youth and rebellion. Second place goes to Sandman, Vertigo, and DC Comics. Sandman, created by Neil Gaiman for Vertigo and DC Comics, is a masterful amalgamation of mythology, literature, and horror that forms an intricate story around the central character, Morpheus, the Lord of Dreams. As the personification of dreams, Morpheus navigates realms beyond human understanding, facing challenges and revelations that revolve around destiny, mortality, and the profound potency of storytelling. Through his interactions with gods, mortals, and creatures from various mythologies, the narrative delves into the deep-seated fears and aspirations of humanity, all while showcasing the endless possibilities within the act of creation and the consequences of wielding such power. At position number 1 in our top best-selling science fiction and fantasy comics, Saga by Image Comics. Saga is a comic book series that combines the grand scale of space opera with the intimate drama of fantasy, creating a unique blend of genres. The narrative follows two star-crossed lovers, Alana and Marco, who hail from opposing extraterrestrial races embroiled in a prolonged and bitter war. Their forbidden love not only defies the animosities of their respective species but also makes them targets of both sides in the conflict. Together, they struggle to protect their newborn child, Hazel, in a universe that is hostile to their union. This series is notable for its rich characterization, imaginative settings, and complex themes of family, love, and war. If you've liked this content and found it valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations for science fiction and fantasy comic books which were not on this list, but should have been, then please feel free to add them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out my Getting Started playlist, which has a video like this one for other comic book genres. See you later, middle-aged geeks, and don't forget, reading comic books is not only for kids. There are genres for every age and preference.